United though.
What's going on, United? Who's at United though? Man?
Yeah.
So
Do you want to tell him? Or
no,
Slack or ice?
So this is how this is.
Hey, shall I get Jim Ratcliffe to call ice on you? Yeah. Because apparently he don't want you here. You don't want me here.
Boy.
You don't want Maze here.
You're not. Have you got your papers? I don't even know.
Listen, I'm an EU citizen, mate.
You're
yeah?
EU. That's
I'm
the
EU,
thing.
mate.
That's
Yeah.
I've got. Listen, I was born here, mate. You know, I was born.
That accent ain't tricking nobody. Baba Tunde.
If Bruno leaves, who's your replacement?
Ooh,
If
If Bruno was to leave, who's your replacement?
I don't even know. You know,
cannot replace.
if Bruno left, you see, the thing is, you can't try and replace it with one direct signing. You would have to try and rejig how your midfield looks in general. Do you get where I'm coming from? You can't get rid of Bruno, who's puts up the highest created stats, and then what are you going to try to do? Replace him with somebody else? That you're going to have to reform your midfield. Are you going to have to go for more of a 4-3-3? You're going to have to do something like that. I don't think you can just pluck and play Cole Palmer or something. Give me Cole Palmer.
Wharton.
Who?
That's where you can play all three.
Hey, I'll be vibing with that, but I don't mind. But it's what I'm saying. You have to reshape your midfield. I don't think you can just say, all right, Bruno, go and bring in Arda Güler or something. You're not going to do. You're not going to do that.
You know who Liban suggested?
Who said
Jeremy Pino.
See, all this stuff, man. Allow it, bro.
Has he watched any Palace games? Has he watched any Palace games? Has he been to Selhurst
I think
Park?
this was like a month ago. I saw him tweet about, Jeremy Pino. Bro, let me find the tweet. I'm 99% sure it's to replace Bruno, but I was like, yo.
Kano says, my stop line, it was never 10 points. My bad, 9 points then. The difference of 1 point. Hooray. Sean Murphy says, Dan Burn or Saltburn?
Bro, you can't replace. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, there isn't it. Jokes aside, Jeremy Pino is the only player that gives the league who gives me Bruno vibes. Demands the ball, plays on instinct, takes risks non-stop, always hunting the killer action.
I like Pino.
Just watch him and you'll see it, and you'll also know he plays as a 10 for Palace.
I don't know. I don't mind this Pino guy.
Pino's cute, but
Wait, I'll ask
he's
you a
not
question.
Bruno.
I'll ask you a question.
He's not Bruno.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Because something just hit me. What if Cunha was signed to kind of think ahead that Bruno
That's
may
actually
leave?
not a bad
The
replacement.
thing about
already.
Cunha can't create. He's not creative.
He
That's
creates
the
for
problem.
himself.
Yeah, he's just a shooter.
Yeah, but Bruno used to be that kamikaze sort of.
Yeah, but Bruno always created. Cunha is just a shooter. And that's the problem. He ain't got creativity in him. He ain't got that final pass in him and stuff. So that's what I'm saying. Like,
But if
Bruno,
you got in Boom.
Nah, but bro, have you seen Mbeumo for a 90-minute match? Yeah, listen, I keep saying it and people keep laughing. I keep saying I'm being bad man because he's scoring. Mbeumo for a 90-minute match, it's not a good sight, bro. You know what I mean? Just get me, if you ain't, get me my GA, please, and that's about it. But the way I look at it, Cunha, I said his final pass and stuff, I wouldn't say that. That's what I'm saying. I don't think you should go out and try and get a direct replacement. Just rejig the way your midfield looks, in my opinion. You can't try and sign another Bruno because you look at Bruno's numbers and stuff and what he does. The only people who were they putting up their numbers? It was in terms of creativity. It was Mohamed Salah's. It was Kevin De Bruyne's. It was who else was there? It was them names.
Yeah.
So what are you gonna do? You're not gonna get. There's not. None of them are just laying around right now. I don't think so. I would say unless somebody just bursts from the scene like Cole Palmer did. I would say you have to go down the rejig in your midfield, man.
First,
get 3 players in.
What were your thoughts on the West Ham game, by the way?
Low block, dirty low block. It's just one of them games, you know what I'm trying to say? I thought West Ham played well.
How about the Šeško thing? Because obviously that's
brilliant.
That's like 2 or 3 important goals now.
Yeah. He scored some big goals for us. Nah, listen, he needs to start now. He needs to start. He definitely needs to start.
You haven't started?
Yeah, the false 9 thing with Mbeumo and stuff is cool. But in that game, we clearly needed a focal point. We clearly needed crosses into the box. We had no crosses into the box. And we had every cross that we did have. When Kobe Mainoo crossed it to Casemiro, just offside, goal. Bruno crossed to Xerxes, just missed. And then all of a sudden, then you cross and Mbeumo crosses. We needed crosses to break down a low block. You either got to move the ball quickly or you got to get it in wide areas and get the ball into the box. And we were trying to play West Ham. It was easy for them. So, yeah, man, listen, you can't win them all. You know what I mean? 4 wins and 1 draw under Carrick. And we move on, man.
Speaking of Carrick, because a lot of United fans are falling in love with him all over again. And typically, because you don't have cup games, everyone's focusing on this sort of last run of league games. And it's like, sure, he's done enough. The question I want to ask you is, what would it take for you to have seen enough that Carrick could be the man for the job? And if he wasn't the man for the job, thinking of where Manchester United are now and potentially getting, if the league was to end today, Champions League football, who is the manager out there that you think is the right profile to take you forward?
I don't know. With that one, it's tough because what he has to do, again, it's more about how we play. Because I know us, if we're scraping every single game and we're seeing the same issues that we've seen under our previous managers, then I'm not going to be like, oh, I want him in charge. You know what I mean? Now, it's not, is it easy just to get Man United playing? Probably not. But it's about performance level. It's about patterns. It's about seeing certain things, which he's shown so far. And I'm like, okay, cool. But also, when you look at it going forward, of course, for me, he has to get us into Champions League football to even consider that. But then I'm looking at some of the names that we're linked with, and I'm like, I'm not even moved, bro. I'm seeing Pochettino on our shortlist. You know what I mean? Like, nah, I'm seeing Pochettino on our shortlist. I'm seeing Glasner on our shortlist. And I'm like, these guys ain't moving me more than Michael Carrick. You know what I mean? Now, listen, if Enrique is the one where, listen, Carrick, you can win us the league, mate. I'll still say, yeah.
Thanks for the memories.
You know what I mean? You know what? Enrique's the one that I'm saying I'm 100% in for. I'm 100% on for. I'm seeing Nagelsmann name is popping up a lot now with Ravel. But Nagelsmann is another one. He comes in, he does his heel hippie stuff, and I don't know, man. Do you know what I mean? So for me right now, Carrick and Enrique are the ones that I'm looking at. Like, okay, cool. If Carrick can continue it, I'll stick with you. If Enrique is available, then by all means try and get him. But then the rest of them, as I said, Glasner, Pochettino, Ancelotti just signed. I'm seeing Ancelotti, he just signed a new deal anyway. Tuchel just signed a new deal. And it's like, all right, cool. You know, I thought Tuchel was their safe banker. Like, no risk. He knows the Premier League. And the fact that he signed a new deal, I'm like, oh.
That's what Spurs open
and then you're leaving us, bro.
When I don't want to be linked to the Spurs open vacancy, man said, nah, I need job security.
And then you're linking us. When I'm linking up, seeing us linked with Poch and stuff, I'm like, yo, stop it, bro.
The reason why it's interesting is because
you take Xavi?
It would be definitely an interesting one.
Yeah.
Because I would rather that than Poch.
Yeah.
Carrick's played 5 games, right?
De Zerbi?
No. Now, I like De Zerbi. I think he'll get us playing exciting football. But just too volatile, man. He's just too volatile.
He's played 5 games.
And he hasn't won stuff. He hasn't won anything.
He's played 5 games so far. There's 12 league fixtures left. Already in the 5 games, we can see that there is a style of football to be played. You can basically say you're 1/3 of his
I said
tenure.
if he gets 10 to 11 wins out of our 15 games, then you're right in the hat. What is it, 4 out of 5?
4 out of 5, yeah. It makes it interesting. And I mean, the run you've got upcoming now, you've got Everton, Palace, Newcastle, Villa, Bournemouth, Leeds.
Tough games.
Tough, but based on what he's done.
Why not? 1 game a week. We have the onus is on us. The onus on us. But at the same time, this squad need more. This squad, we can't. What Carrick is doing is great, but that's what I'm saying. I need to see the principles.
Yes, of course.
It's the principles, because next season we need a bigger squad. We're gonna need. There's gonna be different players. We're gonna have more than 1 game a week. It's the principles. Everything's about the principles for me.
On Chelsea end, I don't know if you guys saw Leon.
World class winger, huh?
Pedro Neto hat-trick.
World class winger.
No, in the 10.
Hat-trick before Saka.
Liam Rosinha said he's a world class winger. You really think? You agree with your gaffer? But
I love teammates like this, you know.
You agree with your boss?
Well, I don't know.
You agree with your
my
boss?
definition of world class is a bit different.
There's been a discussion that I've been having in my group chat
Go on.
around some players.
Go on.
Right? I want to throw this at you guys. But obviously, because Man United are looking for centre mids, right? There's 4 centre mids that I think are prominent at the moment that it's like, who should we get?
Go on.
And the discussion is between Tonali, Elliot Anderson, Wharton, and Baleba. Rank those 4.
So Wharton, Baleba, Tonali, and
Elliot Anderson.
Elliot Anderson.
Now, when you say rank them, do you mean rank them in terms of how I rate
Suitability
them? Or rank
to
them
United?
You know what? Because I'll say it for suitability, because that's how it was in my team's discussion. But I would not know who you guys think. I think for suitability, I want Anderson and Wharton for suitability of Manchester United.
Oh, so you're
I would
saying
agree.
you get 2 of them?
Yeah, two.
Oh,
because we're in the market for 2.
Oh, yeah.
But I want Elliot and Adam Wharton. Now that's for me. But how do you guys rank them 4 players? Like, if you had to just rank 1 to 4.
Baleba's 4th.
Baleba's 4th.
Baleba's 4th.
Comfortably. Oof.
Yeah.
Not comfortably, but Baleba's
I think
4th.
Baleba's 4th comfortably.
I have to think of what is the point of difference between all of them that makes one of them stand out.
I mean,
Head and
Elliot
shoulders.
Anderson is arguably in terms of statistics and stuff. You watch the game.
He's the number
He's
one,
arguably the best receiver of the ball.
But then
of
you
the,
have-
in
but then
in
you
out
have
of
Kobe.
the, of, no, hold on. But out of the back four. But then that's the thing. Possession one and Jules. Elliot Anderson's top in the league in both. Now, is that going to correlate when you're at a top team? No. But if you look at Moises Caicedo and Declan Rice, they're about 9 and 10, which shows they're elite ball winners considering their team have majority of the ball.
Yeah.
So if you're thinking about Elliot Anderson dropping to about 8, 9, 10, that's still a great.
Yeah.
But right now he's number one in both possessions, and Jules.
But the thing
Adam
is that-
Wharton's the best passer of the ball.
Yeah.
Right, he's the best passer. He's the most gifted passer.
I
of
feel
the
like
ball.
Tonali gives you the best. I feel like Tonali gives you the best balance of everything though. Like
more than
Tonali-
Anderson.
I
I think
think
Anderson.
No, the reason why I say it though is because
Tonali-
Tonali's ability as a workhorse is vastly underrated.
Yeah, I think
Vastly
he's
underrated.
more of an engine than he is a ball player.
No, but he can play ball.
Yeah, of course he
but
can.
I feel like both parts of his game are vastly underrated. Vastly, because when you look at Newcastle, you look at Bruno and Joe Linton, you go like, you got two bodyguards. But he does a lot of the dirty work and the progressive work as well. So I feel, and also as well, if you're thinking of like footballing education and
Chat get involved
experience,
as well. Chat get
I
involved.
feel like he probably has the ability to walk into a Manchester United and be like, listen, like I can hang.
Yeah.
Whereas,
But
like,
where do you have him in your
out of them,
rankings though?
out of them, because again we're going on now.
I think Wharton's the most gifted passer. I think
but
first time, 1 touch, 2 touch.
I think receiving first phase as well.
I think he's very, very good. I think Anderson's the best at receiving first
I think I
phase.
agree with you there.
I think Tonali's one. I think Tonali's top for me.
Top.
Because we're talking about overall, we're not just talking about
Yeah,
one specific
okay.
skill set.
Number
I think
one.
Tonali will be number one.
Okay.
I think Wharton number 2, Anderson 3.
Ooh.
I love
So you
that.
lot are comfortable
I
with
like
Baleba. I think Baleba's talent is
No,
very slept on.
Baleba's stocks have fallen for me.
But the reason why,
But I don't look into
He's improved. He's
contemporary
improved
form.
since the AFCON, I would say. But
I think
don't
he's
know.
talent. I think he's very talented. I think he's probably the furthest behind at the moment in terms of maybe like game understanding.
Could
and
that
game
help
under-
maybe even with the feeder?
It could do, and he's not English. That's one thing,
Yeah.
and he's not coming from Newcastle, who have Saudi owners, so that's another thing. But they have Tony Bloom at Brighton, so that's not help. But if you look at Baleba, I think Baleba's talent is up there with these. Like, I think he's very up there. You know what I mean? But only thing is, I just think he hasn't got as much game.
Not on ball.
He's not as refined as them.
So-
Elliot Anderson plays like he's 29 and
Yeah.
he's
so
23.
I'm glad you mentioned this because with Baleba, the best way I can put it is there's a lot of coaching out of his game that you're gonna have to do. There's certain things. It reminds me, not exactly the same, but if Moises Caicedo was in most other teams, there's things in his game you'd have to coach out, like those reckless challenges and whatnot. Because it's like, bro, you can't. That's holding you back.
Yeah.
With Wharton is extremely gifted, but again,
he ain't
there's-
got the engine at the rest of them.
He hasn't
All
got
of
an
them have a
engine.
better engine
I
than
don't
mobility,
think he.
yeah.
I don't think he completes as much 90s as they do as well.
Yeah,
Like
probably
he,
because of his engine, innit?
and
Yeah.
don't get me wrong, he's had to play.
Baleba's this
No,
season's getting
That's what I'm saying.
left, right,
But
centre.
Wharton's had to play a lot of football because he's
Yeah.
played Championship.
Yeah.
But it's just like there's a durability that's missing there.
I would go. Personally,
What's the chat saying?
I'm going Wharton.
Number 1.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anderson, Tonali. No, Anderson, Tonali, and then Baleba.
Okay,
I think Tonali. The thing is, I don't think he's suitable for you guys.
You
No,
don't
no,
think
but I
so?
didn't go suit. I meant suitability. The two that
Yeah.
you mentioned, I take those two. Like no
I
date.
think
but-
Tonali.
what do you think?
I can't lie. I think Tonali would be perfect.
Do you know what I was thinking about though? Because I was
Tonali
looking
at City would
No, but
be
I
so
was looking at
perfect.
City wanted Anderson actually. But when I was looking at the West Ham game, for example, if Man United want to be a good team, if Man United want to be a progressive team, you're gonna play teams that are gonna do stuff like that. Now West Ham are really good at doing that under Nuno, and Nuno's good at that in Wolves and to Spurs even whatever.
Yeah.
But I was looking at it, and we were having this discussion before the West Ham game, but we think a lot of times when you think about Man United, you think about blood and thunder, and you need guys that are going to engine. And I was looking at it, and I was like, but in that game, who do I think would have made the most impact in that game? We would have needed Wharton's passing. We would have needed Elliot Anderson's first phase receiving. And I'm like,
Question
if we're
though.
going to play against if we want to be a top team and play against low blocks consistently, I think these
Those are
these
two that
Question
you
though.
need.
Question though. If you do sign those two,
Yeah.
what is it, who starts in your midfield 3? And
It'll
I'm talking
be
week in, week out.
It'll be Bruno if he does he stay?
Yeah.
Bruno and Kobe play 100%. The rest of you guys.
Because yeah,
decide what
Casemiro's
you
gone
do.
in it.
Kobe's better than both of them.
No,
What
but
you
I'm
say?
saying Casemiro.
So
Kobe's
you're
the best
signing
at that.
Wharton and Anderson,
Yeah, yeah.
and one of them's gonna hold the
But
bench.
Casemiro's got to go. Ugate's got to go.
Yeah.
Guys,
So,
rotate.
yeah.
We're trying to get Champions League
And
football.
I was about to say, if you get
What?
Champions
You ain't
League,
a big dog in the game yet, you know. Rotation, bro.
But also,
Rotation.
do you know what I've got to say?
Elliot-
as well?
110 mil.
Elliot
You
Anderson.
just signed at the World Cup, and Cam says hold the
Yeah,
bench.
no,
also-
Elliot Anderson will start. It will
But
be Wharton now,
there's
probably.
there's a conversation you're not having as well.
Which
The
is Wharton
likelihood
Carrick.
of the
Morton Carrick, that tutelage.
Hey, I'm here for it.
the likelihood of Manchester United signing 2 homegrown English talent is highly unlikely.
No, of
you probably
course,
get you
yeah,
probably get
probably.
one, and
Yeah,
then
yeah,
you
we'll never
sign
know.
like
Baleba. I like Baleba though.
no, it might not be Belay, but I feel like that's when like you're gonna actually have to do some scouting.
Maybe there's some guy that's making some noise right now. I
Aye.
forgot his name.
What happened to that Kone you?
He's on loan at the moment, isn't
What's
it?
the name of the guy that we were talking about? The Senegalese centre mid that went to Villarreal or whatever his name is, left-footed one. It will come to me.
What, they just won the tournament.
Yeah,
Oh fuck, what was his name? The guy that scored the winner in the African final. I was bugging.
paid centre mid Gay.
Gay,
Yeah. You probably have to go and find one of them sort of profiles where it's like,
There's one guy that Brighton are looking at to try and replace Baleba. Apparently, he looks
oh,
a
wait, you're gonna
decent
try and
player.
chop them?
Yeah.
Why are you doing interviews?
Bro, every time Sir Jim gets to a mic, danger. Don't let you know what they did with that Roy Keane interview that never surfaced.
Yeah.
They need to start doing that with him. But the thing is, he's not doing it on the club websites, mate. He's doing it
going
on
elsewhere.
independent platforms, bro. With Sky News, wherever he was, like I just don't know why he would go and say something like that, especially when you consider. I mean, we're in the world of football. The Premier League is 47% foreign. Yeah, I mean, like we signed foreign players that were not born and bred here. So his viewpoint was just so strange. His facts were wrong.
Yeah.
It's just kind of like, and then he's gone and kind of backtracked, but it was still a backtrack, which was kind of like, oh yeah, sorry to offend you guys, but I still mean what I mean. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So listen, I don't know what he's thinking by saying them type of things. It just puts United in a bad light, but not only in a bad United, it puts him and it puts. And he's Britain's richest man, bro. You know what I'm saying? So when he does speak, people it is gonna go around. You know what I mean? But we gotta remember, he wasn't just always been Man United's owner. He's been a big man in the UK always. So for him just going to say something like that, it's just disappointing, especially when you consider the lifestyle that he lives. I mean, he migrates. You know what I'm trying to say? He's a migrant in Monaco.
You
so
just said there, he is Britain's richest man.
yeah, that does
Brett
not
doesn't
reside
even live
in
in
Britain.
No
That
tax.
doesn't reside
Pays
in
no
He
tax.
lives in a tax-free haven
Yeah.
in Monaco, which is a sub-country in another country,
Yeah.
avoiding taxes,
Yeah.
and then he's talking about Britain's being colonized.
Yeah.
You're not contributing to Britain.
And even when he said colonized, like, is that
It's a
the right
loaded,
terminology?
no, it's a loaded term.
We can talk about what Britain colonised.
I mean, Britain, the biggest
Core of
colonizers
the
in
world.
the history in the world, yeah? Of history of the life, the British. So it's very cheeky, but it just goes into. I don't get into politics,
Yeah.
but it just goes into everything that we're
Why not?
seeing. With Farage, and now you got Rupert, whatever my man's name is, that is doing the Restore Britain, and just feeds into all these ideologies, which for me is just always, it's just dividing people, innit? It's just dividing people. The world is starting to feel very divided. This country's starting to feel too divided. So,
and that's the thing, though.
And
it's
the
like,
fact that he said that he met up with Nigel Farage,
I'm
like, yeah, great. That
bro,
makes us
Nigel
sound
Farage,
great.
Keir Starmer. I'm like, bro, it's all of these characters that you're talking about, and for me, it's like, bro, when you're in a position of leadership, I feel like when you run a massive institution like you do in United, bro, there has to be due diligence done.
Yeah.
In terms of what you say, how you conduct yourself. Like, there has to be a level of, I have to move correct.
The thing is, so
It's just naive. It's just stupid.